Hey guys, it's Graham. Hope that you're having a good Friday and getting ready to get a good start to your weekend. Um, just thought I'd do a quick kind of check in and do an update. I actually want to go back to something I said in another video that I was thinking about doing a video series on, like maybe one series on goals that I had for the next year and another series on kind of, talking about concerns and fears and stuff that I have around transition. Um, and so I'm gonna start with the fears, even though I guess that's kind of negative, just because it's what's on my mind, and I think that I know I can't be alone in this. In fact, I've heard a couple of guys talking about it. Um, but to back up a little bit, I want to talk a little bit about relationships. Um, I am in a relationship with my partner Laura, and we've been together for 4 years. When she met me, I was identifying as Butch Dyke, and very okay with that. I've always kind of pushed the boundary between Butch and genderqueer, and it's really only been in the last couple of years that I've slowly been moving towards being okay with the identity of trans. And it took a while for me to, figure that out for myself. And then once I did, I was kind of scared to tell Laura because, she's been attracted to women and identified as, as queer. But, I had to tell her, so I did. And she was just really supportive and said that she wasn't at all surprised and would, of course, support me in this. And so I feel really fortunate for that. Um, I met a lot of guys that their girlfriends, partners, whatever, within the lesbian community were, really kind of put off by the idea of them transitioning and identifying as a guy. And, it's that whole, being in the, like, lesbian community, for lack of a better word, um, and a lot of people not wanting to be perceived as straight. And I struggle with that, too, because I don't know that I want to be perceived as straight because I really identify as queer. Um, so I'm still trying to figure out, where I fit in with all that. But I want to talk about my partner and just her reactions to things. She's doing great with all this. She's still working on pronouns, and she's known me for 4 years, and I've gone by she. So, a few months of switching pronouns. She's trying really hard, and she's doing a good job, and I know that it'll get better with time. Um, but I think I worry for her because I know that when she was she was engaged to a guy for a while, and she was just really unhappy. And after she came out as a lesbian, she was really happy and just realized that this is what fit for her. And what's happening is that all of her friends that in turn know me are asking her things like, "Well, you all right with this transition?" Because they realized how unhappy she was when she was in a straight relationship. And, she's having to say, I am okay with this. We've talked about it. If I wasn't okay with this, we would probably be talking about something entirely different right now. And so, I think that is kind of appeasing her friends, but I don't know. It also kind of annoys me that they ask. Maybe that's just my own stuff, but I guess I get annoyed with the fact that they ask because I'm like, I wouldn't do anything to make her unhappy. And of course, I would talk to her about this. I didn't, come to the situation and be like, okay, so I'm transitioning and you have nothing to say about it. I came to it and I said, I love you and this is our relationship and I don't want to lose that. And you're very important to me. But this is something that I would like to do for myself and let's talk about that. Um, and I don't know, I just find myself getting a little defensive, I think, when her friends are like, well, are you okay with this? And I know they're asking because they're concerned about her, number one. And they were her friends. I mean, they're people that she's known for like 20 years. So they have a right to ask, and they're doing it out of kindness. But I don't know, I find myself getting a little budgy about the whole thing. So I'm trying to work on that. But I do worry about it because, like I said, she was really miserable when she was in that relationship or the relationship she's had with guys. And since she came out and was dating women, she's much happier. Um, so, I worry that, as I start to transition and as the testosterone kind of takes hold and I start to mold myself into the way that I want and the way I see myself, that she's not going to find me, attractive or the way that she wants to see a partner. And, you know, like I said, she's always been attracted to the to butches that were really kind of blending that line between butch and trans. So, you know, I have faith in us. I have faith that, you know, we have a strong relationship, but nonetheless, it's still something that I worry about because, I don't know, I'm a champion warrior. I worry about all sorts of things, I suppose. But I know it's hard. I've heard other guys talk about this with, you know, their partners maybe not taking it as well as they had hoped, or finding the transition more difficult than they thought that they would. So I feel pretty fortunate because, you know, Laura is doing really, really well with this, um, and, you know, has always been very pro, you know, LGBT, and, you know, adding the trans in with the gay and lesbian community. So it's nothing like that. It's just her having to kind of reevaluate herself and what this means to her. And, you know, I told her I don't want her to identify as straight. I want her to just be herself. And, you know, she passes for straight all the time. She doesn't try, but she works in education. And, you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, since she teaches and she works with, you know, kids and all that, I think it's just easier for her to let the parents that she works with just assume that she's straight. And, you know, she's very femme, so it definitely, you know, it works to her advantage. But I think that, you know, it's something we're going to continue to have to work on. So that's something that I wanted to talk about, is just, you know, thinking about kind of perceptions that people have, and, you know, partners and what they think of all of this. Like I said, so far it's gone okay with me. I think more of it's just my own issue and feeling, I don't know, just feeling kind of stressed out about the whole thing that it is hers. But anyway, I don't know if anybody else out there is going through something similar to this. Um, so yeah, that's just something I think about a lot. And, you know, we have this thing tomorrow with her family. It's her niece's, like, 7th birthday. So we have to go to her brother's house and see her family and do this, like, kid birthday party thing. And, you know, they know me as Graham, but they've always called me she. So I think this will be interesting. I'm not really going to tell them tomorrow because that's not the point. That's the birthday party, and I don't want to break that to the entire family at the, you know, little kid birthday party, but I need to tell them at some point. And I think her brother and her sister will be okay with it. They are, you know, pretty cool and pretty savvy and just, you know, open with everything. Her parents, on the other hand, I'm sure that will be that'll be an interesting conversation. Luckily, they don't live here in California. They live in another state, so we don't see them that often. And, you know, it's something that they're always nice to me, but I don't know that I would, you know, ever say I feel really close to them. So that's a hurdle that we have to go through. So tomorrow shall be interesting because Laura's just, you know, she's working on calling me he and incorporating masculine pronouns, and now we're going to be with her family. So I have this fear she's going to do a lot of, you know, just my name. Oh, yes, Graham is this and Graham is that. And, well, Graham did, and that's annoying. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe she can try to avoid pronouns at all. I hate to put her in this situation, but it's just not the right time tomorrow to tell her family in the middle of this birthday party. So that, of course, just brings up other family stuff. So I'll get off the family cake, but the other thing, you know, just an update on changes. I don't really have anything to report. I will get my 3rd T shot on Monday. So come Monday, it will be 1 month on T. I getting shots every 2 weeks. And changes that I've noticed a little bit, every once in a while my voice will kind of feel like it's going a little deeper. Nothing drastic. Nobody's, you know, said anything, but it's just, I think, my own perception. Some other stuff, just starting to have a little bit of acne. I never had a whole lot of acne or problems with that when I was a teenager, so I'm, you know, knocking on wood, I don't have it now. Got a few zits here and, you know, a little bit like here on my eyes and stuff, but nothing too bad. And I found a facial wash that I like, so I think that I'll keep up with that. So that's really about it as far as the tea stuff. I've only had 2 shots, so I can't expect anything too quickly. So it's a brief update on that. Alright, well, I'm almost out of time, so I hope you guys have a good weekend. I might do another video this weekend if I'm inspired on some other questions that people have had and whatnot. So maybe my next one will be a little more uplifting. I'll do one of my, you know, goals and my hopes for the next year. So, alright, have a good weekend, and I'll catch you later.